Shalom, Shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites here in GmsTampa Bay. All right, first and foremost, we want to give all the praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders apostles, great millstone, and much blessings and salutations come to the Akim around the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out this truth, and this truth is sincerity. And, we out here again. Another weekend, to prophesy the downfall of this place known as America, all right, which according to the scriptures is known as Babylon the Great, also known as spiritually Egypt, spiritually Sodom, okay, known as the whore that rideth upon the beast, the virgin daughter of Babylon, okay. And this place, as we see, is falling apart, before our very eyes. Right now, a lot of people are thinking that shit is sweet here, around the world. Gas prices are down. I know up by my house, the regular
$3.99.
Yeah, $3.98. If you got the easy pay, you get, which we know where that's heading towards. What they're incentivizing people with the easy pay. It's the whole 10 cents cheaper. You can get gas that's $3.89. For the cheap shit. You use easy pay, which I don't even know what the hell. I haven't even looked into it. But
easy pay, that's the same shit they use on the highways.
Right, exactly.
Hey, or easy pass.
Easy pass.
Nonetheless, it's the same shit sometimes. Or the QR code, so to say.
So you got a lot of people are thinking that shit is sweet right now, which usually around this time of year, is when gas prices start to go up the highest, because a lot more people are out on the road, so of course they're gonna raise it up, because if you want to travel during the busiest time, you got to pay for it, because it's a toll on the road,
demand.
Yeah, more demand for it.
And real quick, if I'm ahead, I watched the video of the Elder Malcolm I did from Chicago, and he went into how Saudi Arabia has been buying oil from Russia. So, because they're running out of oil, they're running out. So they've been buying it from Russia through Egypt. So, see, what you think is going down right now is really about to skyrocket a lot more, because now the only people exporting mainly is Russia. Even Saudi Arabia is buying oil from Russia, bro.
Rich nation.
And how do they pay for that? They're not paying with that for the ruble, the U.S. petrodollar. They're using gold or the ruble. So then your gas is about to skyrocket. Right now, they're just, they're trying to make you feel better. But that's just about to skyrocket quick, boy. Overnight, it's going to be 20 cents, 30 cents up.
And you see a lot of these people, you're not understanding that inflation is still here and it's still getting worse and worse as well. So now, and America's selling off your reserves to China, sending 1 million barrels over to China, which Biden said he was going to be releasing back in April, releasing 1 million gallons or 1 million barrels a day until fall for America. But now they're selling it off to China, man. Their so-called enemy that they've been so-called beefing with.
And you're going to war.
Right.
They just sent a destroyer, I believe it was a Navy destroyer out there. Or Marine, I think it's in the Navy. They send a destroyer out to the South China Sea. And what's going on in the South China Sea? They dispute over that certain island between China and Taiwan. Come on, man. You can't, and your president is bankrupting you, man. Joe Biden's bankrupting America, and y'all about to go to war. And nobody say nothing about this, bro. Here it is, all this hidden files came out on Hunter Biden.
Right.
And his dealings in Ukraine, and you people still ain't connecting the dots, bro. This shit is crazy. It's mind blowing how simple the people are that they're not seeing this as a whole agenda. Because remember, before Trump ran for president, who was president? Obama. And who was his vice president? Biden. So they've been had dealings in Ukraine. All of a sudden, this comes out of the blue. Come on, man. They've been having deals. As a matter of fact, who was running those deals? It was this bug out Hunter Biden, man. But, and that's why, which, that's not the reason for the war, but it's part of it, because they've been doing some backdoor deals out there, man. And Russia put their foot down. This war's been going on. And that actually started because of Ukraine, not because Russia invaded, man. That's a lie.
And that's what the Lord is doing, man. He's been sending his prophets be times warning you of these things to come, man. Because the prophets didn't just appear after Russia invaded Ukraine. We just now, all of a sudden, now you're seeing the videos. No, man, the prophets have been out here for years warning you of the things, sounding the trumpet of the Lord, man. And what are you supposed to do when you hear the trumpet? You're supposed to be preparing yourself. Get that.
Jeremiah 50, verse 22. A sound of battle is in the land. and of great destruction.
The sound of battle is in the land, man, and of great destruction. That's the prophecies, man. The prophecies that we see happening all around the four corners of the earth, the uproars, and these are all signs of the Lord's return, man. This is why it's high time to wake up out of that sleep, man, because the Lord is moving quick. A lot of things are happening on the earth, man. The Lord is gathering up the nations in the Middle East. Okay, a lot of things, like the brother was saying, are being done in the background, man, that aren't being told to the American people. Okay, and it's all the Spirit of the Lord because He's getting ready, He's priming this place to be destroyed. Go ahead and read it from the top again.
Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 22. A sound of battle is in the land, and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken?
Yeah, and this is what the nations are going to say, man, when this place is ultimately destroyed, man. How is this place brought down? One of the greatest nations on which it ain't even great anymore. Trump told y'all it wasn't great. He said make it great again. Right. Meaning it ain't great right now.
But y'all Americans think it is.
Yeah.
That's why you're walking around clueless.
Yeah. Meanwhile, a lot of these other nations and their people are preparing for war, man. They're doing readiness drills. And over here in America, they're telling you to go inside and wash yourself off in a nuclear atomic bomb.
Or talking about abortion rights.
Right. You be toasted, man. You'll be blood.
No, thank you. This is in a zoo.
Yeah, you'll be completely destroyed, man. You know, because you're not really getting prepared, man. These people are at peace out here, man. These people are in a state of readiness. Okay. The Lord, here it is. The Lord is sending out prophets, and all people want to do is take pictures with us, man. Yeah. Instead of inquiring of what we're going into. What's the meaning of this? What's the meaning of that?
But you don't even know what we're doing out here. We might be advocating for some shit you against.
Right.
Take pictures with us, bro.
Right. Take a picture. Get that precept.
Amos 3 and 6. The trumpet be blowing in the city.
Yeah.
All right. Of course. Shit don't want to pop up. It's lucky. All right, here we go. Nothing's gonna pop up. It's lucky. Give me 1 second.
Hey, man, because the Lord is sounding, man. You're supposed to be afraid of the Lord. You should be afraid because the Lord said, warn them from me. It's the Lord who's coming to do these things upon the earth, man. It is not man. This thing that's happening, these wars and rumors of wars that we see occurring, this isn't of man. It's the Lord who's doing these things. And old boy Gamaliel said, if it be of the Most High, you're gonna be found fighting against the Lord, man. Right. And you're gonna be destroyed. That's why nobody's going to be able to stop these missiles, man. Nobody's going to be able to stop these nations from entering full-blown scale World War III, man. Because this is of the Lord. This isn't of men just angry at each other and doing these sanctions. This is the Lord putting them in the spirit to do these things. Go ahead.
This is Amos 3 and 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?
Yeah, here it is. The sound of battles being blown out here, man. The trumpet. And you got people talking about, can we take a picture with y'all? Are you serious, man?
You see what's going on in the world?
Pictures.
And that's the society Esau has set up. Instagram, right. Pictures.
Right.
Y'all about to be, y'all seen what happened at Nagasaki and Hiroshima? Those were pictures engraved into the ground. That's the pictures y'all gonna look for real soon, man. Or y'all gonna be part of. All right? This Amos chapter 3 verse 6, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord hath not done it?
Yeah, see, and this is what the Lord is doing on the earth, man. The Lord is bringing about bad times to the world. Why? Because they have walked in pride, man. They have not walked in the fear of the Lord. See, the prophets of the Lord, the true servants of the Lord, they're hearing the Lord sound that horn of that trumpet of war, the trumpet of battle, and you're getting the fear of the Lord in you, man. That's why in the back of your mind, you're like, man, I don't want to die. And you should do something about that. You don't just say, oh, I don't want to die, and then go on about your merry way, doing the same thing you were doing and not getting ready, man. If you were warned about a thief that's getting ready to come into your house, hey, what are you going to do? Just sit on your couch and say, he's coming any minute now, and you just sitting there on your TV watching some Hulu, man. No, man, you're going to be preparing your house up, man. You're going to be doing like Macaulay Culkin, man, up in Home Alone. Putting the Christmas thing, booby traps all over the place. Getting ready, man. And that's how the day of the Lord is going to come, as a thief in the night, when you least expect it. The Lord said, as in the days of Noah, people were what? Partying, drinking, having sex, marrying each other. Okay? And then what happened? The flood came and took them away. Well, now the Lord promised us he wasn't going to flood the earth by water. This time it's going to be a wave of fire that's coming, man. A nuclear fire.
You have one now? Let me finish the scripture I have. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 23. How was the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations?
And how is it said Babylon, okay, which was the hammer of the earth at that time, but now the new Babylon, the virgin daughter of Babylon, is America. And how is America the hammer of the whole earth? Well, they've gone around the whole entire planet policing everybody. They got international laws, but if America says you're doing something wrong that isn't that's according to you're within your limits, legal limits, and America says you're doing some funny business, they go and do whatever they want to you, man.
Police to work.
Yeah, the police. Here it is. You got nations like, for example, like we mentioned China. You got China and Taiwan, man. That's their waters over there, man.
It's called South China Sea. Where you got American destroyers, Navy destroyers out there.
Right.
Come on, man. That's an act of war. You know. Same thing for sending troops to Ukraine, sending missiles and whatever, or $70 billion in aid. That's an act of war. Not an official, but it's an act of war, man. Big proxy war, so to say.
Okay.
No, go ahead. I was going to get the word there for him.
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2. Let me see. Hold on a second.
Yeah, and it said in that Jeremiah, it said what? How is the whole hammer of the earth broken asunder? So the Jeremiah, or the people are going to be saying, how is America brought down, man? How is America not able to protect and defend like it used to, man? See, America right now is being exposed around the four corners of the earth. Okay?
Hey, it's very because the word there, the Greek word, or it's like the Hebrew word is patazayash, and it says hammer, but you go down to the Hebrew Chaldee lexicon, it says metaphor of Babylon.
There you go, metaphor of Babylon, man. Because what do you do with a hammer? You beat down nails, man. And the people in these nations have been those nails that America has been beaten down upon, man.
And then it says the hammer, i.e. devastator of the whole earth. Who's going around devastating the whole earth? America.
Hey, we quoted it earlier, you know, walking up to the store to meet this brother, man, you know, what we say, the destroyer of worlds, man. Esau is that destroyer of worlds, and he gave himself that title, man. He said, I had, what is his name? Oppenheimer. He said, I had become the destroyer of worlds. They created these nuclear missiles, man.
Manhattan Project, which was paid and funded by the Oppenheimer family, which is one of the elite families.
And it was the Lord who put the spirit in him to do that, because he said, I created the smith to destroy. You see? So that was that man just roughly paraphrasing what the Lord said, and he didn't even know it.
Right.
He literally said, I am the smith created to destroy, man. The Lord put his word, made his words fall upon him, man. Revealing himself, causing themselves to reveal each other. But you see, until you have this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Heavenly Father in you, you're not going to understand what that man was saying. And anywhere Esau goes, man, he destroys cultures, he destroys people, he destroys nations, man.
There was Robert J. Oppenheimer, I believe. You say Robert Oppenheimer here, and that's what he said. He said, "Now I am become death," and that's the scriptures.
Revelation chapter 6. Death and hell follow.
Yeah, it says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." And this is an article on wire.co.uk. It says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." That was a quote. It says, "The story of Oppenheimer's infamous quote."
See, that's how you know who the red horse is speaking about Revelation 6. Esau Edom, man. The red man himself, the so-called, the self-proclaimed white man. That's who that red horse is talking about. Okay? The destroyer of worlds, man. It says death and hell follow.
Get them scriptures on that. Let me just read a little bit on this. This says, in that article, it says, Oppenheimer died at the age of 62 in Princeton, Ivy League school, right? New Jersey, on February 18, 1967, as wartime head of the Los Alamos Laboratory, the birthplace of the Manhattan Project. He is rightly seen as the father of the atomic bomb.
Father of the atomic bomb, man, which now is thermonuclear missiles, which is even worse, man. So these guys, the Lord put the Spirit on them to create these weapons, all right, for the Lord's day of vengeance. Okay, so that the Lord can put it in the spirits for these damn devils to destroy each other, man. Which America is going to be destroyed from coast to coast. Thus says the scriptures, man. This is going to be the lake of fire. Okay? The ones that are delivered are going to be looking down and see America, and it's going to look like literally a lake of fire, man. That's how much devastation is going to be here on these shores. What you got?
Quote I'll read what he quoted on Revelation chapter 20, verse.
It's like real quick. This is another quote from him, the father of the Manhattan Project, or Salaki, the father of the atomic bomb. It says, "We knew." This is again a quote from Mr. Oppenheimer here. "We knew the world would not be the same." He later recalled.
See, because hey, and the scriptures say what? Speaking directly about the missiles, you know, they are the earth is as the Garden of Eden before them, and a desolate wilderness after. Because that's what happens. Look, the brother brought up the example of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. You know, it was a beautiful land, architecture. They dropped fat boy and little, or fat man and little boy, or however it goes, whatever the damn names were. And nonetheless, they destroyed everything, man.
Fat man, or fat boy, little man, yeah,
Right.
something like that.
That place was completely destroyed, man. Not to the point of what we're gonna witness here in these last days, but it was still a level of destruction, man. Okay, finish off what you got.
And start Revelation 20.
Somebody got that Revelation 6?
Revelation 20 and 13 and 14. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged every man according to their works. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death.
Yeah, this is the second death, man. The second death is the fire, the wave of fire that's coming, man. And now other nations will be hit with missiles as well, because America does have their fair share of them. Okay, and they're gonna send them off to these other nations as well. But it's only gonna be here in America where you're gonna see a complete country destroyed from coast to coast, man.
Right.
Complete and utter destruction. Why? Because this place is a sinful kingdom, man. Okay, that's why the scripture says the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom, man. See, the Lord is witnessing everything that's happening here in America, man, and this is where the Lord's people are being held captivity. And the scriptures say what? If a man steals a man, and he be found in his possession, he shall be put to death, man. Roughly paraphrasing what? Here it is, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are still here in America, man, where we were took captives and brought here. And
So like real quick, you can't even leave.
right,
You
yeah,
gotta ask
exactly.
permission to leave. Going to show you, you're still a slave. You gotta get a passport. You gotta be certified. You know, you gotta go through all this bullshit.
Pay some
You're not
money.
free, man. This is the land of the free, but you can't even leave. How is that free?
Right.
It's, yeah.
You gotta sign up to get basically a book, so that when you get to where you're going,
Stamp.
it gets scanned and they know you arrived there, man. So they keep tabs on you.
And why? How better do it than what's the better system?
Right.
Well, the mark of the beast, the same person that the beast is making you do all these passports and whatnot. You know, the better way to go about it is digital. You know, which is coming soon.
Go ahead.
Habakkuk chapter 2, I'll start with verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yea, also, because he transgressed by wine,
Yeah, and this is talking about Esau Edom, man, the so-called white man. He transgressed by wine. What's the wine that is speaking of here, man? His philosophies. That's why you go to these other nations like Saudi Arabia and some of these nations in the Middle East. You got women driving, women protesting, taking off their coverings.
McDonald's.
You got McDonald's, where the custom of these other nations weren't like that until America put their foot in their backyard, man.
Yeah, and all under the name of democracy.
Right. Yep. Destroy. That's the wines, man. That's how these other nations have committed fornication with the beast, with the whore. Okay. By getting in bed, and following after these philosophies, man.
And again, that's the war is the main one that pushes out. But the beast, all the beast nations, they follow after this,
Right.
Which is the EU, the NATO, the European countries. They all follow after the same ideology that America pushes out. But America is the heaviest one on it. You know, they push it out the most, and they live by it the most. You know,
Enforce it. You know, they enforce their
their
rule.
military,
Yep.
which is one of those 3 unclean spirits. You know,
That's why it calls America the hammer of the whole earth, man. Because they force these ways and their philosophies on these other nations, man. If you don't abide by it, what do? Look what happened in Libya. Look at Iraq. Okay? For example, man, where if you didn't do what they wanted you to do as a ruler of a particular nation, they go up in there and cause some trouble and then say, we got to send troops over there. We got to put boots on the ground.
we got to bring stability into the region.
Right.
Democracy. We got to let the people vote.
Right.
That's what they'll say. They'll literally say that. Oh, we got to let the people vote.
Right.
But then look at those countries now. They're in shambles. People are worse off than before America went in there, man.
Yep.
That's a damn shame. And you people ought to be ashamed of it too.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Verse 5, Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. Yea, also, because he transgresseth thy wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
Yeah, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. If that's not talking about the so-called white man, then who is that? The proudest man on the whole planet Earth, Esau Edom. He's proud as hell, man. Proud of being American. Can't nobody touch him. And it said he neither keepeth at home, man. You got how many bases? What is it, like 100 something?
Yeah, it's over 100.
Over 100 military bases all around the world, man. U.S. military bases.
Embassies.
Yeah. Where the Russian military bases in America?
Right.
Where the Chinese military bases over here in America? Nowhere. But you got American military bases all over the world, man. That's talking about Esau Edom, man. Go ahead.
Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death.
Yep. And it's as death. Again, he enlarges his desires hell because he's a covetous man. He wants what everybody else got. That's why he goes into these other nations and pillages them for their resources. That's why he's over there in the Middle East. He wants the control of the oil. Because if he can get control of the oil, he's got a grip on everybody on the planet.
Which he does.
Right. He does either way.
He does.
It's just it's separated.
Puppets.
Yeah, they got the powers. You know, you got Russia with a foothold over there. Them Russians are Edomites as well. You know.
And to think about it, selected real quick, who was Saudi Arabia, all right, major exporter at one time. Now they're, again, like you mentioned earlier, now they're buying oil from Russia. But how are they dealing? How did they become rich? Through the U.S. petrodollar. Right. And who's run that? America. They got central banks. Run by who? Edom. So these nations are just following under Edom, man. Yep. You know, becoming rich mainly off of America, of course, but who runs America?
Just point off the point what the brother was going into, neither keepeth at home. It says there are roughly 750 U.S. foreign military bases.
700?
750. It says they are spread across 80 nations.
Yeah, hey, and you know these other nations, man, they hate that shit. You got these degenerate, some of these guys be going into these nations and going and committing all types of crimes, man. Smuggling drugs. You know, a lot of these guys, you know, they show you that in the 70s, man. You know, that was heavy back then. They showed you in that movie with Denzel Washington.
American Gangster.
Yeah, American Gangster. Yeah, kind of.
Vietnam or something.
Yeah, he was going over there shipping drugs through what? Through a guy in the military, man.
Exactly.
And you think that's changed?
What do you think was Afghanistan was about? Poppy fields.
Yeah.
I would know. I live on the street. I was getting
You know?
But nonetheless, that was and even soldiers come back. I've heard it out of their own mouth say, I asked them, what were y'all doing over there all the music? Oh shit, we just had to sit around and protect these poppy fields. I said, protect them from who? And he kind of paused and said, you know, protect them from the Arabs. I was like, really? The Arabs running up and stealing poppy fields, seeds, or plant? They were really doing that over there where there's abundance in Afghanistan? They were stealing it from y'all? Come on, man. You gotta be a clown to believe that.
That's right. Finish that?
Reads on, it says, this implies that the U.S. has 3 times as many bases as all other countries combined.
Damn.
Yeah, see, and this is how you know that America is the Roman Empire all over again. And that's what happened when Rome fell. Right before Rome fell, what happened? Rome was too far spread out.
Spread too thin.
Yep, they were in debt. Their money was devalued, and there was hyperinflation happening, man, and food shortages. Look what happened here in America now, man. The same things all over again. This is why the scripture says, by the wisest man on the whole planet Earth. Okay, yeah, that which is that which shall be, man. Okay, there is no new thing under the sun. All right, we're seeing the we're seeing the new Roman Empire being, you know, propagating and doing the same things on the earth, man.
And think about it. What did the Roman Empire do that caused them to really fall military-wise? They would just let all these niggas in. What is it called? Gauls. Okay, yeah, they part of our army now. You know, we train. Watch the movie Gladiator. This dude was from, I believe, Spain, but he was he was a captain or whatever, led legions. But what did they do here in America? Hey, as long as you're an American citizen, you can be part of the American military. So what? You don't know if this dude's been trained as a child. His parents came over here in the 70s and 80s, trained him up as a child to hate America, and then now he claims to be a proudful American. Now he's in some ranks as a double agent or a double spy. So that's, you think they do that in China, allowing Americans to join their military, or in Iran, or anywhere in the world? Only America allows foreigners. Even if you were born in America, your parents are foreigners or immigrants, they'll allow you in the military because you were born here. It don't work like that in other countries.
Even here in the United States, if you see a Chinese man, you have a shot. You're only gonna see Chinese people working for him. You're not gonna see no black people. You're not gonna see no white people working for
They
him.
keep to themselves.
Right, they keep it themselves.
Finish that up.
Yep. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5 again. I'll just read from the top of it. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
Gathereth unto himself all nations, man. Trying to make himself seem like he has all these people. Look, we're a place where anybody can come. But really, they're just trying to pollute the people, man.
That's it.
But it's failing these people, because now you have infiltrators. You have division amongst the people, because you have all these different cultures and people mixed in here with different ideas and different philosophies. Even though they're Americanized, a lot of these people, they still have their own views and you know, ways about themselves, man. So it's causing division. And the Lord already said that He's going to be causing division, you know, further division. Okay.
You had a question?
You had a question?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
My name is Sebastian. But all of y'all are right and wrong.
Sorry, was that?
All of you are right. All of you are wrong.
Okay.
Also, I'll make it quite clear.
Okay.
I am a witness. I was there, so I know why it happened better than I did when I was there. The reason why it happened is called napalm.
Napalm. Well, that's what happened during the war.
Napalm was thrown in the grenade size.
Right.
Broke this whole block. Easy burn.
High temperature too.
By burn everything that was around it. Just a little grenade back in the day was called pineapples. They look like pineapples.
Right.
Well, do you remember why they were dropping napalm? What was the reason?
Let me finish. First of all, I gotta say this. And it's how it was there. Napalm was dropped for one reason. Same way each one was like it was dropped to kill us. Not to help us, because there's no real victory in that war as far as we're concerned. I have a son too. We 54 come this in my heart with me 54.
So like
I have a younger
before you
son.
continue, you said they dropped the napalm to kill you too?
They killed us all.
Oh, man.
The napalm was dropped for one reason. When you take a city as big as this and you can put it inside a cave, come on, who they kidding? That's why the bombs they do. You all learn this from? Talk about movies. I did learn this from National Geographic.
And so you say you were over there, right?
I was there. I
Okay,
know
so what happened when you came back? How were you greeted?
Easy. No, not this brother.
Were you hated?
Like that.
You were hated for that, right?
Yeah, we were hated for that. We were
Because
hated why? Because Americans, this is what they taught them to do. You say Americans, this is what I mean. You're both right and you're both wrong. In a sense of speaking, America nowadays, when we was kids, you know, we played cowboys and Indians, right? The average person played that cowboy and Indian stuff, not us. I played myself, and I was crazy. That's what they said I was, they're crazy. Because I played cowboys and guess what? I was going on.
all right. Well, the Indians and the so-called Africans are the same people. You know, hey,
Who's
but
taking
we're
over now? Who's our slave?
we're the
new
authorities
slave
up there.
master.
The new slave master. You tell me who's the slave master today? It ain't
The
new.
slave master
the same man.
It's the same man.
Indian.
The same man that sent you to Vietnam to fight.
No,
Did you sign up? Let me ask you, did you sign up to fight, or did they send you over there?
No, I was sent.
Exactly. So the same person that sent you over there is still the same nigga that's in power. Your papers don't say you were sent, but you said you were sent. But that's the devil. You would agree that the devil sent you over there? Because you said they were killing all you. So why would you send your own soldiers to die?
All equally.
So let me ask you a question. What year were you born in?
1946.
19. So you've seen a lot of how America has changed and racism. It ain't changed.
It ain't changed.
It ain't changed.
It ain't changed.
Exactly.
That's what they would like you to think.
Well, this is why we're out here.
Who's liking you to think it?
Well, this is why we out here first,
You know who's
because
making
we're
you
here to
think
let our
that way?
people know who they
Who's
are.
got
The
you
reason you were
thinking
sent
that?
over there is because the
Yeah,
so-called self-proclaimed
thinking
white
that
man.
way. The Indians from Pakistan.
Okay, we tried
Pakistan.
it. It's an old bottles. Can't be seen.
No, I'm old. I'm very old.
You just gotta listen there. We're out here for the word of the
We're going
Lord.
to continue with the lesson. We're going to continue teaching.
I listen to y'all.
Appreciate the input though about Vietnam.
Yeah, yeah.
And while you're doing it, read Proverbs
Yeah, we'll get it. We'll get it.
and the entirety.
No.
Chapter 8.
We'll get there.
The
We'll get
Spirit
there.
allows it. We'll be
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
So back in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 6 now. Shall not all these take up a parable against them, and a taunting proverb against them?
And this is what we're seeing happening, man. Now, all these nations now that used to not have voice, now all of a sudden are speaking up against the things that America is doing around the earth. You got China talking. You got North Korea, Iran. Okay, even some of America's own allies. Okay,
Saudi Arabia.
Yes, Saudi Arabia. Which, hey, it's going to get a whole lot worse with the allies of America. They're going to start talking even more of madness or more evil words against America to the point where they hate the horse. Go ahead.
Right. It says, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long?
Yeah, and woe means destruction. So woe to him that increases that which is not his. Okay? And Esau has what? He's taken things that are not his. He took this land here in America. This wasn't even his. He's taken on the ways of the Lord. Those aren't his customs.
The heritage of the
The heritage of the people.
the holy people.
Yep. All right. He takes these other nations' lands, which now we're seeing that he's having to sell off his own land.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of land here in America, you go to some of these national parks, it is not owned by America no more. They're owned by nations like China because America owes these nations so much debt. And a lot of people, they've been sold off. You as a person has been sold off to these other nations, man. You're still here and you might not know about it, but your social security number is in somebody's other bank account across the world, man.
Yep.
Building your tab up. Go ahead.
Your taxes go to him.
Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Yeah, ladeth himself with thick clay. That's the apatia, man, the heavy debts. Okay, which look at America right now. It's in the trillions of monies, debt, man. Trillions of dollars and still counting, man. And they're going to continue to get worse. They're going to continue to print money and send over to Ukraine and tell you that things are okay. While meanwhile your same gallon of milk is now half a gallon and you're paying twice as much. You know, your gas is going to skyrocket. All these things are going to continue to get worse. Why? Because the devil is in authority, man. The wicked. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 7, Habakkuk 2 and 7. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee?
Yep.
And
this is talking about these other nations, man. They're going to rise up suddenly upon this place, man. Go ahead.
right?
and await that thou shalt vex thee.
Hey, real quick, man, remember what happened in Rome to Julius Caesar? What happened? Niggas, got your bitch. And so who's Julius Caesar symbolically now is America, and these people that are so-called been with him, right? They claim to be with Julius Caesar. They gonna be shanking him. Even Brutus. The famous quote. So America's about to be betrayed for all the abominations they've done and spread across the whole earth, man.
It's written. When it means bitten, okay, that's inflicting, man.
Right.
That's inflicting damage to somebody. You in a fight, you fight someone, you hoping of inflicting some damage to them, man. Maybe even giving them an infection. Well, America's got they already got a deadly wound, but it was not fully healed, and now it's been rotting away. It's been pus. It's been forming and festering. Yeah, maggots are on it, and now the nations are saying, "Damn, you become as weak as we." You got America been holding on to that side, trying to disguise it, but now that blood's coming forth. No matter how much gauze you put a dress on top of it, man. You know, and hey, it's like sharks in the water, man. These other nations are smelling that blood.
Yeah, and Russia's leading the charge towards it, man. Yep. They've been for years, decades, waiting patiently, you know, in the distance. The bear has been hibernating. Now it's woke up.
Building up their arsenals, okay, making the proper allies, okay. See, Russia got the military, China got the economy.
And that's why they did what they did in Ukraine, because they counted the cost. And which now those sanctions are backfiring on America.
Right.
But you think they didn't think about that before they like officially invaded Ukraine, which that's been going on for years before. But nonetheless, they thought about that. You know, they counted the cost, man. You know, Putin was willing to give up bodies, soldiers. He was willing to take the sanctions. You know, he's willing to send bombs, man. They did all that for years now. They've been watching. And now they're seeing that America's at its weakest state. All right, this is the time. What they going to do? Because remember, it happened not too far after the Afghan withdrawal, which that was a shit show, however you want to put it. You know, right after that, I think it was like a month or two after that, maybe 3, that's when Ukraine got invaded, officially, as they say, you know, according to the mainstream media. Because what, they see the whore is wounded. The beast, the beast is wounded, man. You know?
Right. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 7. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them?
So these other nations are gonna devour America, man. They're gonna take everything from you. Okay? Any chance of redemption, all that's gonna be taken away from you because these nations are gonna come and they're actually gonna invade this place, man. The one that the America that's sitting the queen saying, "I am no widow and shall see no loss of children." That's what America says, man. But they will see loss of children. They will be touched, and that's why America is spiritually called the virgin daughter of Babylon. Because of what? A virgin hasn't been touched. She hasn't been defiled yet, but now these other nations are getting ready to touch this place, man. They're gonna come over here and they're gonna devour her, man.
Yeah. Real quick, to back you up on the invading, this is Ezekiel 38, which just speaks about Gog and Magog, all right, and all of their bands and the ones that they're being guards unto. This is Ezekiel 38:10. Thus say the Lord Yahweh, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, which is talking about God, right, the Russians, and thou shalt think an evil thought. And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages.
Yeah, which is America, because what? You don't, a wall for an ancient city was its major form of defense. But here in America, the people are laxy-daisy, which is going to get into it. There ain't really you don't see like these other nations, military outposts, you know, just checking cars.
Well, shit, you got Mexicans and all kind of people from South America just running up in this bitch.
Right.
So you think an invasion can't happen? You out of your fucking mind if you don't believe that, man.
Easily.
Every day, thousands of people come flowing in from the border.
Different countries.
But America can't be invaded? Come on.
There are Africans and the Arabs coming in from Mexico.
Canada too, shit. Canada,
yeah. That'd be the best way to go, that big ass border.
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
And Canada's border ain't even nothing half compared to the shit in Mexico.
Yeah, exactly.
Just it ain't that talked about because the majority of those people that be coming over here be a lot of these other nations and these Edomites up there and from Canada, man.
It'd be smarter to go through that, but you know, take up there, can't got money. Yeah, they got money to fly to Canada and then run through the border. But that'd be the easiest way. But hey, that'd be the way that Russia could come through, man. They just steamroll through Canada in this bitch. Canada got a military to stop them? No. They got a military, but they're gonna be run through shit. This is verse 11, Ezekiel 38 and 11. And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely.
Yeah, and that's you Americans, man. Everybody here in America, except for the men of the Lord, and well, you got some people that are watching. You got some guys that have left America thinking they're going to escape judgment. But for the most part, a lot of these Americans are carefree. They're living a life that they think that this place can't be touched, man. And guess what? I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Things in America are only going to continue to get worse. If you think it's bad now, wait till winter comes. The Lord said, pray your flight be not in the winter for a reason, man. You better pray the coldest time of the year. Your ass is not having to fight people off for a slice of bread, man. Or you walking to get a little 5-gallon bucket of gas filled up for your ration for the week, man.
Might not make it home.
Power out, no heater.
Because them containers of gas is usually what, red or yellow for diesel. And that's a flag, right? You know, oh, this motherfucker got gas. It says, I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls, and having neither bars nor gates.
Yeah, no defense mechanisms, man. And America's only defense mechanisms they really got are fucking shitty. You got these missile defense systems that don't even work. Can't even, actually, they work to a certain level, but compared to the technology of these other militaries, man, the hypersonic missiles that they got, those defenses are going to be easily outmaneuvered, man.
In their borders. So you go to these countries over there, man, and on the other side of the world, they take their borders seriously. You go to even before shit popped off in Ukrainian, Russian borders and all of that region, and even in Africa, shit, they take them borders serious. There's niggas with guns waiting for you. Yeah, here, there's people running through the damn borders.
Right.
They ain't getting shot.
They got all these different checkpoints along highways, you know, and roads, military checkpoints, okay? See, you don't got that over here in America because they giving you they can't do that. Because if America had military checkpoints all over the place, people would be like, what the hell's going on? Why are you oppressing me?
I thought we were right. I got rights.
Yeah, but see, so that's why they can't do that. Because if not, it'd be all hell out here, man. People will be uproaring, which is going to get to that. And why? For that same reason, because of the crackdown that they're coming down with, the government that is. These people are about to lose their minds, man, because they're not going to have anything else to lose. Okay, go ahead.
He said, verse 12, Ezekiel 38 and 12, to take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thine hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited.
Yeah, Gog and Magog, who is the ones that are going to be doing this, is modern day Russia, man. They're coming with the militaries that they've aligned themselves with, their allies, okay, the BRICS nations, which right now, you got a lot of these South American countries jumping on board with Russia, man. I'm telling them, hey, we'll hold your jets for you over here.
Hey, y'all want some troops? Y'all want to send troops here? Hey, go ahead.
House them.
And one thing I wanted to add is when America goes to war officially, they're going to have to start sending mad troops out there to Eastern Europe, the Middle East mainly. And what's going to happen then? Who's going to defend America? Your Coast Guard, the National Guard, the niggas playing Xbox every day? That's going to be the defense for America. The people that play Xbox every day, the Coast Guard, they might have to train maybe once a month. That's going to defend America. And it's going to be a fucking, them Russians training every day in horrible conditions.
Right.
You over here in the National or the Army Reserve, you chilling playing Xbox, eating Little Caesar's pizza, chilling, watching Twitch, all this nonsense. Them soldiers over there, Russia, Iran, North Korea, they ready to die for their country. Are you, these military men, didn't even want to take the Yab to continue to be in the military. You think they're going to want to defend the country? Finish the verse up. It says, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods that dwell in the midst of the land.
Yeah, so America is going to be spoiled, man. You know, these nations will invade, man. When America's at its weakest point, which we're starting to see that happening, man. See, because what's happening right now is it's actually quite the opposite. The dollar's actually getting stronger and stronger. But what's that doing? It's causing a lot of these other nations to fail. Their governments to fail. Their economies to fail. And so what's going to happen is eventually it's going to come to all over the world, and it's going to hurt you Americans over here, man. All these products that you get from these other nations, they're not going to have the ability to keep those companies in running condition. Look at Sri Lanka, for example. A prime example of what's going to happen here in America here very soon, man. But see, all these nations are becoming desperate. They're getting pushed to the brink. And eventually, who are they going to come? When your ass don't got food, when you ain't got electricity, what do? You go to the one who has the food, who has electricity. And see, the world is going to look upon America, even America's own allies over there in Europe, and they're going to be like, yo, you got all this shit over here, you ain't helping us out. I thought we were allies. And they're going to hate the war, man. And a lot of these people are going to jump on board with shooting at this place, man.
And they're already doing it. It's already beginning because they're hurting in Europe right now, man. Because of sanctions in America, your good boy Biden put on Russia. That's hurting Europe. You Americans might not acknowledge it, but them Europeans are, you know, because what their main supplier of gas comes from Russia. It's been coming from Russia. Grain coming from that region. All kind of things, you know, which, you know, we're talking about natural gas and we're talking about raw oil, you know, which encompasses a lot of products, man. Everything damn near, you know, plastics, you know, every you know, your household items, textile, all kind of things, man, and that's hurting them. So that's making them hate the whore even more. I forgot what. Damn, I can't remember. It might have been the UK a couple of days ago. They're like, listen, we might have to pull back from this whole Ukraine situation. This is hurting us. Remember, Ukraine, UK, which is the mother of America, they're an island.
Right.
There is an island, you know, they don't have resources like America do. And then America's resources being sold to other nations. So why are you still proud to be an American, man? You know, but hey, it's going to show you that the Lord's prophecies are coming to pass at the end of the day, man. It's working. The Lord is, we see years ago we were teaching about how these nations would come up against the horror. Now we're seeing it play out. Now we're seeing it play out. We don't have to think about how it's going to happen anymore. We're seeing it happen.
Read this first. It's the point spoiled.
Oh, okay. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 7. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them?
Yeah. This is Isaiah 33, verse 1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled.
You see, and that's the thing. See, America has been doing that to people and nations for a very long time, man. Okay? They've been spoiling these other nations, but America wasn't being spoiled. Okay? They ravished the Native Americans and the so-called Negroes and Latinos here in America. They went into these countries and ravished the resources, but nobody's ever came into America and ravished their resources. Nobody's ever came over here to America and killed the husband and then took the wife and the daughters, man. But see, America's been doing that to these other nations for the longest time. So now the roles are going to be reversed. The Lord is going to put His Spirit on these other nations to do that to America. Okay? The things that America has done in the Middle East to those people over there, killing their children. That's why the scripture's talking about in Isaiah 13. They're not going to spare a young maid or little children, man. Okay? Go ahead.
And dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee.
Yeah, get where it talks about His words were smoother than butter. Okay? They said dealt treacherously with them. Because see, America, what have they done when they go to these other nations and they do these peace talks? They come up to a treaty. Okay, they create this treaty, but America goes and breaks that treaty not too long after. They deal treacherously with these other nations, man. They never hold their word. They might hold it for a couple years, but then eventually they have something, they cause something that happened in your own country, and then they have a reason, oh, you
we had a stipulation in your contract that if there was an uproar of people, the contract was null and void. Which I believe they had a contract like that with one of those Eastern European nations, man. I can't remember. It might have been like Germany or something, or maybe Germany had it with Russia, something along those lines. Which either way, they're still Edomites over there, man. Okay. Okay, that's why it was Eastern Germany and Western Germany at one point, after prior to the Berlin Wall falling, because one side was with Russia, and the other side was with East. The East was with the Allies. The Allies nations was the West. So I believe it was the Eastern Germany you're talking about. It was a newer treaty. I think it was with the gas or the oil or something like that. Oh, okay. Where Russia can just cut off the oil if there was turmoil in that nation. I forget what, it might have been Germany that they had, and they were like, if you have trouble or chaos in your nation. No, but it wasn't with the East. It was with the I think it was with the gas, natural gas and shit.
Okay, so
Yeah.
currently.
Yeah, it's current. Yeah, I'm talking about now. Which that's what Russia invoked. They're like, yo, we got all this chaos going on. You gotta cut you off. You're in breach of contract, which is again dealing treacherously. But the one who's dealt most treacherously on the earth is the Edomites here in America, the so-called white man over here in America. Okay, get that real quick.
This is Psalm 55, and verse 20. Psalm 55, verse 20 says, "He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him."
Yeah, see, here it is. These nations that only wanted peace, never really wanted to go to war, but America has put their hands on it, man. Went over there and caused trouble, like they do all the time. They try to set up some opposition, like they tried in Venezuela. They had what's his name? Not Maduro. Maduro was the president. Guido. They tried to back him up to just talk, which this guy came out of nowhere. And now they caused what? There was damn near civil war over there in Venezuela, but Russia stepped up in there, man.
They sent troops.
Yep, they sent troops to cut that shit out. Go ahead.
Psalm 55, verse 20, "He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him."
Same thing that he did with the Native Americans. Created all these so-called peace treaties. Look, you guys can have this land, and then what they end up doing, going in there and taking that shit anyways, man. Killing them, putting them in even smaller reservations. Oh, well, now you got to move over there because now we want to take over this, man. And they still do that today, man. You can have a piece of land, and if Esau wants to build some shit through it, he's gonna take it. And either you're gonna agree to this deal, or you can have nothing. And you can try to sue us in court, but it's gonna be 20 years, and you're still not gonna win anything.
They do with these farmers, man.
Yeah, exactly.
And they make them an offer that they can't refuse.
Right.
And buy up their property, or something happens, or accident happens, and shit burns down. And then then you had to kick them off the land and then buy that up so they can put their infrastructure on it. Yeah, they do it all the time.
It says, finishing Psalm 55 and 20, "He hath broken his covenant." Verse 21,
Yeah, he's broken his deals, his promises that he's made with these other nations, man. Every single last one of them, he breaks. That's why the ones that are still intact right now, even them he's gonna break, man. That's why his own allies, they're gonna hate this place. America's allies are gonna hate America, man. All these European nations that are buddy with America, we already see the relationships between America and these nations falling apart, man. And it's gonna get to the point to where it's gonna be a complete debacle, and these nations are gonna go to war against America, man. Go ahead.
Psalm 55 and verse 21, "The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart."
Yeah, it sounds good, man. See, Esau's the best salesman out there, man. He's the best used car salesman. You own a used car dealership, man, so hire a bunch of Edomites. You'll sell every single car you got, man, because these guys are real slick with their words, man. He'll tell you one thing and really mean another thing, man. And you thinking you getting off on him, but really he getting off on you. Although your car payment would be $300, but your interest rates is 35%. So you paying damn near interest and no principal.
Paying for 3 cars, for one.
You try to buy some shit that costs $10,000, at the end you end up paying $35,000, man.
Thinking you saving money.
Thinking you slick. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get the 6-year loan with the 35% interest. Fuck it. YOLO, right?
Right.
A repo may come next time.
Yeah. And then 2 months, 3 months down, especially in these days, these times that we living in now, man. Shit. Go ahead.
Yep. Psalm 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
But war was in his heart, man. He wants to overthrow you. He wants to kill you. And that's what he's done to these other nations. Okay, in Revelation 17, they agreed to give their power over to the beast for 1 hour, right? Yep. Meanwhile, he's been Esau in the background. Yeah, they're my allies, and they gave me some strength. They can back me up, and I'll back them up. But really, I want to know how I can control these people. And how's he done it, man? Through the petrodollar. He's controlled the whole, he's got the grip on the whole planet Earth, man. Okay, go ahead.
It says, it's finished in Psalm 55 and 21. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
Softer than oil, but yet they were drawn swords, man. You know, you had the treaty table, and he's got his hand on his sword, man, ready to pull it out. When you put your head down the sign, you pull it out, and you yak you right there, man. And you see that with these police. They walk up to your car, hand on their gun. All they want to do is blast you, man. You know, just take it easy. Meanwhile, they got their hand on their gun. What do you mean take it easy? You're ready to draw them, man. I'm in fear for my life.
And they'll tell you, it's for safety. I got the gun pointed at your face for safety.
Right.
Like, damn, man, what about my safety?
Right. That was it on there, right? Go back to that.
All right, hey, can I bring this up real quick? This is an article from history.com, real quick. It says, real quick, it says from November 10, 2020, it says broken treaties with Native American tribes timeline. It says from 1778 to 1871, the United States signed some 368 treaties with various indigenous people across the North American continent. And it says the treaties were based on the fundamental ideal that each tribe was an independent nation with their own right to self-determination and self-rule. But as white settlers began moving on Native American lands, this ideal came into conflict with the relentless pace of the westward expansion, resulting in
his desire is he enlarges his desire as hell, man. He wasn't satisfied with just staying off in the East Coast, man. He's like, nah, I want to go to the new frontier. I want to build my tracks. I want to go out west. Little did you know, those lands, there was people inhabiting those lands. And when he did go over there, he was like, man, we got to do something about these guys. Because we already see that when we try to war with them, we get killed. So let's just come deceptively, like the serpent that he is, and let's deceive him, make it seem like we're making a treaty, but really we trying to plant a foothold in their land, and then when we have the dominion, we're gonna overthrow them. And that's what they did, man. That's what he always does. Okay, go ahead.
It says, resulting in many broken promises on the part of the U.S. government. Real quick, it says, treaty with the Delaware's Treaty of Fort Pitt.
Hey, that's why you never take an Edomite at his word, man. You make sure that shit's on paper. And even then, yo, he gonna find some loophole to breach the contract, man. You can't win with these devils, man. Esau is the mastermind behind loopholes, man. This man will run. He got these little trade secrets that they keep amongst themselves, man, on how to avoid taxes and all this shit. Okay, but again, the whole system is the whole way Esau has the system, man, is to get over on everybody, man. Here it is. He tells you that it's for the betterment. We got these taxes so that we can build your roads. The fucking roads are shitty, man. Highways are breaking apart. You had that one highway or bridge over here in Florida a couple years back that collapsed.
On the apartment complexes.
Yeah. Where's all your tax money going to then? If shit isn't getting fixed. Well, I can tell you that a lot of it's going overseas, man.
Right.
Go ahead. Yep.
Just real quick, because it says from 1778 to 1871. I'll just read this first one here.
Hey, so like real quick, and you see how the devil works? They say from 17 what?
1776.
So what about prior to that, when they first landed here? They weren't making treaties? They made a treaty when they started sharing gifts with the natives. They didn't want to tell you that. They only want to account from 1778. So after they signed the Declaration of Independence, that's when they started taking tabs of it.
Hey, you talking about the gifts with the blankets and smallpox?
Exactly. That was the treaty.
That's the gifts you talking about?
Yeah. The kids that killed off millions of come on, man. Hey, and even the guns that they were giving some of these tribes wasn't a thing to help them against the so-called white man. They were giving in certain Indians guns to kill each other off with, man. It wasn't so that eventually it backfired on them because they became better at the gun than the Edomites, man. They were getting their heads blown off. Watch that movie Geronimo. Good example. That man was an expert sniper with a gun with no scope or nothing. Man. Yeah, with the horse. Galloping, these Edomites had to pose, tag it in. These men were doing great things, man, with Esau's own tools. But again, Esau was that sword. He advanced that shit. He said, I gotta get a Gatling gun.
Yeah, that's what. Because he couldn't handle the guerrilla warfare. You know, Esau, he's stupid. They're all marching towards each other. Hey, sir, no, fire. Come on, man, that's stupid. Gad was fucking them up. He was like, oh, we can't handle these guys. We need something to just steamroll them. And that's why the brother said, started giving guns to Gadites, kill other Gadites. They're giving guns to the Negroes to kill Gadites. Same thing. Remember, because it's called manifest destiny, which is, as they claim, it was God's will to bring democracy to all of America and bring their whole philosophy to all of America. So as they're expanding west, the gold rush, all of that. So they kept farther. Couldn't remember it was the 13 colonies originally. That's when America was formed. So they started expanding farther west and west. There was steamrolling through Gadites, Reubenites, Issachar, steamrolling through them with and more technology you got as far as like trains and steamrolling through. Even you watch the movie Wild Wild West with Will Smith. Oh yeah. Wild Wild West. Where were they going? They were going west. And they show you the technologies. They were just steamrolling through people. So the more technology, the further they went west, the more technology you got to kill Israelites, man. And all in the name of God, Their God, the devil.
Just this one right here. It says, September 7, 1778, representatives of the newly formed Continental Congress signed a treaty with the Lenape, Delaware, at Fort Pitt, Pennsylvania. In the first official peace treaty between the United States and Native American nation, both sides agreed to maintain friendship and support each other against the British. But mutual suspension continued, especially after Pennsylvania military men killed nearly 100 Lenape, most of them women and children, at the village of Ganata in March 1782.
So I mean, that's pretty much the point on that article, man. You never trust our enemy, for as iron rusts, so shall his wickedness, man.
Yeah, see, because Esau probably was like, hey, let's give the men guns. Hey, it's gonna make it easier for you guys to hunt the buffalo, And when the men went to go hunt, the city was unattended. They came and killed the women and children. Brothers just read it.
Well, they show you that in that movie Geronimo. They told them, look, we won't kill you, because they had a thing to kill him, Geronimo. They're like, we'll give you and your people some lands, and you can live free there on these lands. You can farm, and it was fucking a desert, man, that they gave. They couldn't farm anything there, so of course they didn't want to stay there. And then what ended up happening is one of those Edomites got put to death, and now it was the same thing. Now we're killing Indians, So that's all Esau's ever done, man. And then that's just the little examples here in America, man. He does this on a big scale again with nations, man. Go back to that precept.
Come, bro. Finish it off. It says, Isaiah 33, in verse 1, when thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled.
Then when you tired, I done a lot of wickedness on the earth. I guess now it's time to hang up my gloves. Nah, man. What you mean hang up them gloves? Your ass getting back in that ring. I'm getting my lick back. All right. Shit. What you thought? This was a hit and run? Hell nah. Go ahead. See, and that's why these Edomites are going to try to outrun their judgment, man. You got hell to pay, man. You got a tab to pay up, man. Okay? You ain't going to be able to escape it. No matter how many miles down in the dirt you go into, man. The angels of the Lord are going to come get your ass, man.
Can I bring us a quick precept over, Shaw? This is the book of Job 20, right to the point. Verse 11. It says, his bones are full of the sin of his youth. which shall lie down with him in the dust.
Yep. See, this man's whole body that's why again he is the border of wickedness, man. Everywhere this guy goes, man, is you don't want to be there, man. He's like that one guy that shows up at the party and everybody gets all quiet and like, who the fuck invited him? We know this guy's trouble.
Right.
Man, you start seeing people leaving. I don't want to be around when he get drunk. He does some shit. You know, I don't even want to be around him. That was it on that?
Let me
Yeah,
walk, bro.
yeah, that's right.
Go ahead.
It says, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee.
Yeah, so when your ass gets tired, when you think that your belly's about to be made full, hey, that's when the nations are going to get their payback, man. I want my payback. I want some get back. That's what these other nations are going to be saying, man. I want my get back, and now is that time of retribution, man. You see? Finish that one off.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 8. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. Because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein.
I'll read it again from the front.
Habakkuk 2 and 8. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee.
There it goes again, man. The remnant of these nations are going to spoil them, man. They're going to come and do what America has done to them all these years, man. All right? That was it on there?
Because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land.
Well, because of men's blood and violence of the land, man. America has shed much blood of these other nations and caused violence on these other nations, man. They've said, and these other nations know it, man. Everybody outside of America knows that America will be setting up agent provocateurs in these nations, man, to cause riots and uproars. Okay, go ahead.
Because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, and of the city, and of all that dwell therein.
They're gonna get it right, man. They're gonna get it, man. They're gonna get their day in court. All right. Get this Obadiah real quick, and then the brother got it. Yeah, go ahead. Let's see. Well, get yours first, and then we'll get this one.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, starting at verse 5 and 6. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
And see, and throughout all of this history, Esau Edom has been setting these things up because ultimately he wants to defile the virgin of Israel to get his blessing back. Because he knows no matter how many of these other nations he conquers and pillages and causes them to fall under his ways, it ain't going to get him nowhere closer to obtaining that blessing back, man. He's got to take it from the one who has the blessing. And who's got the blessing is Jacob, man. Israel. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, man. Okay? Not those doppelgangers over there in Israel right now. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai, thy power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee.
See, and the Lord has prepared these devils, man. Death is following this guy. Because he didn't hate blood, therefore shall blood pursue you, man. You see? The things that you've been doing on the earth, man, they've been following you behind you, man. Okay? They've been following you. Like the Grim Reaper, man. Been following your ass, man. Go ahead.
I read on. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Hey, real quick, if I may add, you know, like brother saying, all these things that America's done around the world, but how much more the things he's done here to establish this land and continues to do, all the bloodshed that he's shed. And what did I think it was Christopher Columbus or one of his men that said they couldn't even put down the sword. Yep. You know, they couldn't even put down the sword because there was so much. He was, you know, Esau gets off on that shit, seeing blood. So and, you know, he gets off on that. That's why he's a vampire, man. Pale, pasty dude, that loves blood. So, you know, they started hundreds of years ago, man. That blood that's been pursuing him because he shed a lot of blood, man. It's mainly on our people. The hell with the heathens. But what? Our people are scattered among all the nations. So wherever he goes and brings bloodshed, guess what? He's doing it to our people no matter what. Because our people are amongst them. You know? And that's what the Lord really cares about, man. You damn about these heathens. But it's the bloodshed of the innocent, you know, that cry out to the Lord.
And again, that's Esau's ultimate plan is exactly that, man. To destroy the Israelites. Okay, to do away with them so that he can call himself the chosen people of the Lord, man. All these turmoils that he's having caused around the earth, it's because he knows the Israelites are scattered around the four corners of the earth, man. That was it on that? Go ahead and get that one and then get that happen.
It's Nahum chapter 3 and verse 1. Nahum 3 and 1, it says, woe to the bloody city.
Woe to the bloody city. America, again, has been established by blood. Go ahead.
It says it is full of lies and robbery.
And the scripture says that the land cannot be cleansed of the blood except by the blood of him who shed it. So how is America going to be cleaned up? Well, the man who's dirtied this place up is going to have to be killed, man. He's going to have to be brought to judgment. Go ahead.
Nahum 3 and 1, woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not.
Yep. And the Israelites are the prey. Like we stated earlier, we can't go nowhere, man. We're still in the hands of these devils. Okay? And that's going to be some of the spoils too. Right on there. Okay? Hey, and that's how America is, man. Prime for the picking.
If it starts raining again, we're just gonna walk
At that right time, man. See, the Lord said
It's right. It's white. The harvest is white.
right. The harvest is ripe. It's been made ready. Hey, the time of the Gentiles is fulfilled. You reach that age where now it's got to be taken. Go ahead.
That white harvest, like Elder Hall going to.
Yeah.
Is it white or is it right, brother? Which one is it? Hey, you said white. You know, that white, that harvest is white.
Yeah, you got it.
You know?
All right, come on, get that
It ain't white, it ain't right.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 12. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 12. Woe be to him that buildeth a town with blood.
Woe be unto him that built the town with blood, man. There's whole cities and towns that are literally named after the massacre of a group of people, man. Primarily Israelites. A whole lakes that are underneath is a city where people's whole town and homes were completely flooded, where people drowned, man. And now you got a lake, whatever, where people, Edomites, because you know Jake can't afford boats like that. Edomites up there skiing and shit. And they even I talked to a dude that used to live up in that area. He told me that there's a time of the year where the temperature of the water changes. So the water that's on top goes to the bottom, and the water that's at the bottom goes to the top. And that's when they see debris from all those the neighborhood. This is the one out in Georgia. I forget what the name of it is called, the lake. But the piece when that happened, something like that. Well, when the water from the bottom comes up, you start seeing shit from the houses come to the top of the water, man. That's how wicked these devils are, man. And they celebrate that shit. It's a known fact. People know what's down there. They knew who used to live in those neighborhoods, man. Go ahead.
Woe to him that buildeth the town with blood, and establisheth a city by iniquity.
By iniquity, man. Wickedness. Okay? You come in at the dead of night. You come in, you kill the man, rape the wife, and take the man's house, man. This is what America is known for. Even to this day. These other nations know that when America has to come into your country, oh, it's over with, man. It's over with. Your men are going to have to fight on the streets. That's why they call them militias. Or they call them terrorist groups. They ain't terrorist groups. Those are men that are fed up. They've been getting their brothers and their friends have been getting killed and their women ravished, man. And their children put to death.
I got something real quick for you to back you up. This is Mark 3:27. No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house.
Yeah, see? So that Esau knows, man. Esau knows that's the way to take over a place. You got to do away with the men. That's why the whole world is being effeminized, man. He's taking away the willingness of men. He's taking away your manlyhood. Okay? So, because he knows then, now I can easily infiltrate these homes because now the woman's the one that's empowered.
she feels like she's the one, and she goes off of her emotions. So what's she gonna do? She's gonna train the whole household to do what the Esau Edom says, man. And that's why we in the position that we in now, because that has happened unto our people, man. Okay? But see, back to the point, Esau Edom, he will be destroyed, man. He is gonna see the day of judgment, the day of reckoning. Okay? But see, in the mindset of these Edomites, okay, is that nothing's gonna be happening unto them. Get that, Obadiah? For sure. That's the level of pride that this devil has, man, that he really believes that the Lord doesn't see him, man. Go ahead, start at the top.
Yep. So the book of Obadiah, only one chapter. So first verse, it says, the vision of Obadiah, thus said the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom.
Concerning Edom, all right? If you don't know who Edom is by now, man, look it up. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, we have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
And here it is. The Lord has sent his ambassadors, man, his prophets. Okay, the messengers coming to tell you, okay, what's getting ready to come to you, Esau. Go ahead.
Verse 2, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen.
I have made thee small among the heathen, man. Okay, your power is not what you thought it was. Your position isn't what you thought it was. Here it is, you think you're getting a VP, okay? VP position, vice president, but really you the VP of the janitorial services of the building. You thought, damn, I got that good job. I'm gonna have control of the whole company. No, sir. You had the control over the mops and the buckets and who gets them out, who can check them in and check them out. Okay, go ahead.
Obadiah, verse 2.
Yeah, but see, the Lord said the deceived and the deceiver are his, man. See, you Esau Edom, didn't you have that earlier? Or who was it that had the heart of the king?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Get that real quick. See? Because again, they're going into Esau's pride, man. You're deceived, man, into thinking that the Lord isn't going to jack your ass up, man. That judgment isn't going to come your way. Sorely mistaken. Go ahead.
Proverbs 21 and verse 1, it says, the king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will.
There you go, man. See, so the Lord is making you have these thoughts. He's making you do these things on the earth, man. And you think you have full control. Esau really believes that, man. He really believes in free will. Because he's able to wake up in the morning and enact his wickedness that he was up all night thinking about.
Right.
So he thinks, oh, I'm in control, I'm in full power. He sees that the power has been given unto him, although he doesn't understand that it was given unto him. But he sees that he's in control of the whole earth, and it's deceived him, man. His power's gone to his head, man. Go ahead.
Going back to Obadiah, verse 2.
You got these because the rulers of this world are these small hats, man, but they got a big ass head. Looks stupid as hell. You know, filled up with pride. Go ahead.
Yep. Obadiah, verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised.
Yep. Everybody hates Esau, man. Anywhere he goes, nobody wants nothing to do with you, man. But let Jake go to these other nations, man. The women be all over Jake. Okay? Other nations be taking pictures of Jake like, oh man. They look at Jake like a superstar, man. Some of these other nations know we the Israelites, man. They be crying out. We seen the videos, man, on YouTube. You Negroes, Latinos, y'all need to wake up to who you are, man. I remember seeing that one video from some lady out there in the Middle East saying that, man. Yeah. Saying y'all need to come back. Because there ain't going to be peace until y'all come back, man. And she was right. Okay, go ahead.
Obadiah, verse 3.
Hey, put up the signs, brothers.
Go ahead.
Obadiah, verse 3, it says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock.
The pride has deceived thee, man. The Lord has got you with the biggest okie doke ever, man. Sight. Pull that rug from right underneath you, man. Go ahead.
Obadiah, verse 3, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliff of the rock, whose habitation is high.
Yep. See, Esau Edom has himself living in the highest buildings, man. The tallest of the tallest buildings at the very top floor, man. He's got his space stations, okay?
his pride is in his governments. He's the one that runs those things, man. It's only now, like the brother was talking about, that Jake has been able to infiltrate, and these other nations have been able to infiltrate into the governments in prominent positions, man. And that's a sign of the nation's demise, man. When other nations are in prominent positions of your government. Okay, if you really have a kingdom or a nation that you're ruling, the only people that should be in a position of power is the people of that nation.
Right.
But here it is, you got people from other nations, and even the ones that were once slaves, now they're in high positions running the government, man. That's a sign of a kingdom's demise, man. That's what happened with Rome. Okay, go ahead.
Finishing Obadiah, verse 3.
Look up the black emperors, man. Google that. All right, go ahead.
Finishing Obadiah, verse 3, it says that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Man, that's the pride of these devils, man. Who shall bring me down to the ground? I'm in this. I got control of the whole earth. Job 9:24 says the earth is given unto the hand of the wicked, man. If not, who and where is he? And he covered the face of the judges thereof. If not, who and where is he? If Esau Edom is not the wicked, then who is? Where are the Chinese Jesus in the Negroes' homes, man? Where are the Chinese Jesus Christ, man? Where the South African Jesuses? Okay, where are their military bases over here in America? They're nowhere to be found, man. It's American bases all over the earth. The Lord's only begotten Son is a strong-haired so-called white man. It's not a so-called Chinese man. It's not a so-called whatever other nation. It's an Edomite, man, because they're the ones in power, man. And again, they've been deceived. Okay, go ahead.
Obadiah, verse 4, says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
And what's been the symbol of their empires? The Roman Empire was the eagle. Nazi Germany, the eagle. America, the eagle. Read that again.
Yep. Obadiah, verse 4.
And why is it the symbol of the eagle? Because the eagle is one of the highest flying birds, man. They're an apex predator in the skies. Because nothing can fly higher than them. They coming down on their enemy, man. Just like America does on the earth. Okay? Go ahead.
Obadiah, verse 4.
But now, America is becoming weak as the other nations. They're being brought down. The other nations are becoming strong. Okay? They're making their alliances with the nations that have some power, and they're all gathering up against this place, man. And we see this happening. A few years ago, people would laugh at the sign that we had with the USSR missile, man. Now people don't want to say nothing about that. Go ahead.
Obadiah, verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh.
Yep. Thence will I bring thee down, man. And this is what the Lord is doing. He's bringing this place down, man. Why? Because it has walked in great pride. The pride of this place. The pride of the people. Really, the pride of the rulers. Because as the ruler is, so are the people, man. That was it on that? That was pretty much it. Get what you got.
Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Micah 2 and 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Yeah, that's the wicked, man. The scriptures tell you, I forget exactly where, it's in the Proverbs or Psalms. You can't go to sleep unless you do some wickedness, man. Or it might be in Job. You don't gotta get it. You know, they can't even go to sleep. These higher up elites, man, they can't go to sleep unless they come up with a good plan on how to cause more evil on the earth, man. Go ahead.
When the morning is light, they practice it.
Yep.
Because it is in the power of their hand.
Because it is in the power of their hand. See, they can do whatever the hell they want because the earth is given onto them. Who the hell is going to tell them that they can't? And even on a lower level, back in the day, you Edomites get away with anything, murder. But now you can't. It goes to show you that this place is crumbling, man. Right. The so-called white man can't do what he wants no more. He's held to a standard. All right. But that's why Trump was talking about make America great again. That's what got you Edomites riled up. Yeah, that's right. That's why you thought you was gonna go out there and run up in that Capitol Hill.
And now y'all ass is getting persecuted.
Yeah, a lot of y'all getting locked up. Nigga, about where I stay, I got in trouble for that. So this isn't my country. This isn't how America was.
How America should be. What do you mean how America should be?
How should it be? How should it be? Yeah.
Right. I thought we were getting what's the saying goes, the times are changing, you know, so we should change with it.
Change with the times.
Yeah, change with the times. What happened to that? Now you want to go back to the old ways. You want things how they used to be. Why? Because you're no longer prospering in it, man. Now you're going catching all types of hell. Go ahead.
Verse 2, and they covet fields and take them by violence. And houses, they take them away, so they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage.
That's right. And that's what these devils do. Now get that second Ezra.
Yep. 14.
Yep, start at 14.
Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 14.
So see now that we understand that Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, has done these things on the earth, we got to understand that he will be judged for it, man.
Yes, sir.
And it's because of his pride. We talk about this all the time, man. Look at all these rulers in the ancient times. All the rulers that had our people in captivity, man. The Babylonians, the Assyrians, the Greeks, the Romans. They all failed. They all got brought down. And the biggest part of it was why? Because of their pride. Look what happened to Nebuchadnezzar. Or was it Nebuchadnezzar, or was it
I got turned to the animal. Or
yeah, I think it was Nebuchadnezzar.
Or was it Belshazzar?
No, that was Nebuchadnezzar.
It was Nebuchadnezzar kind. And he got humbled, man. And then he saw what happened, man. He got his ass jacked up by the Lord. He was like, oh shit.
Started eating grass.
Yeah, that was the thing. It was like, yo, it was like, truly that is the power that I should fear, man.
Right.
Okay? And see, it's only Esau, Edom, okay? Esau, Edom is the only one that's he can't get away from it, man. He can't take it. That pride is always there. It's always there like a little monkey right behind his ear just whispering. Like they showed you those, they had those memes with Kermit wearing the little hood where it talks about I'm gonna go up one side, the one who's looking in the mirror, the one Kermit is like I'm gonna go out and be good today, and then the other one says go be a bitch or something like that. You know? Esau Edom thinks he a good person. He portrays himself as a good person. But he got that little monkey in his ear. Nah, nigga, you tripping. Kick that nigga stool out. Damn. Make him fall. Okay? That's the true spirit of the Edomite, man. To do wickedness.
If you go into Sirach, the 13th chapter, until you don't be around him, you gotta keep him at arm's length, man. You know? Because he's ultimately gonna look for a moment to overtake you. That's his thing. That's his MO. 2 Ezra 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Why? Get 2 Ezra chapter 8, verse 50. Okay? Why is the Lord saying woe to the world and them that dwell therein? Woe means destruction. I thought the Lord loved everybody. What happened to that? Why is the Lord bringing destruction on everybody? Go ahead.
So 2 Ezra chapter 8 and verse 50, it says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world.
Yeah, many great miseries shall be done to them that dwell in the earth in the latter times. Why? Why are many great miseries going to happen?
It says, because they have walked in great pride.
Because they have walked in great pride. See, the arrogancy of the proud is getting ready to cease, man. All you proud-ass Americans, from the bottom to the top, are going to be destroyed, man.
That's right.
You're going to go through some horrible times. You think it's bad now, it's going to get a whole lot worse. And go ahead, think in your mind, these guys are tripping. That shit ain't going to happen. Okay, let that little pride demon tell you that. Because then sudden destruction shall come upon you. Okay? The Lord said, many great miseries shall be done to them in the latter times, because they walked in great pride, man. We in the latter times. We in the days before the Lord's getting ready to manifest himself here on the earth to judge the wicked. And it ain't just talking about Esau, Edom, man. The so-called white man isn't the only one going to receive judgment. It's all that join hand in hand with him.
Scriptures say, start my sanctuary. We say, even start at my house.
paraphrasing. You Israelites.
Yeah, because you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, y'all should know better. You're the Lord's chosen people. The Lord sent his prophets out to warn you to get right before the Lord comes back and wreaks havoc on this place. And it's happened time and time again. Read the scriptures. All throughout all the captivities, the Lord sent prophets out to warn the people to get right before the judgment came. And it's no different now. It's just the people in this world is their minds are so far gone that they can't believe that you men out here prophesying and reading the Bible that they're not sent from God. They can't be. Them guys are crazy. Well, guess what? They said the same thing about Noah until that water came and then they were trying to run up in that boat. But hey man, now the Lord ain't got it as a physical boat. Now he's got a spiritual boat that he's building. And you got to get in before that wave comes, man. Okay? Because the Lord is going to be the one that's going to protect you in that day if you're deemed worthy to be saved, man. To be delivered from the sad perils that we read about earlier. Okay, go ahead.
2 Corinthians 15, verse 14 again. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh.
For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, man. Great judgment is getting ready to be done upon the whole earth. America's just going to be the worst place it's going to catch the worst judgment of the whole planet, man. You think that what's happening in these other nations is bad. People starving to death. People having no food at all, man. Locked down in their homes for months over there in China. You think that's bad? And people laugh at it. Until that calamity come down on you. You're going to see dead bodies out here rotting away on the streets or people just fainting. Because they ain't even got a drop of water to drink. That's how it's going to be out here, man. And ain't nobody going to bury you. Nobody's going to feel sad because they got their own lives to worry about. All these movies they come out with, like it's a joke, man. These movies of post-apocalyptic scenes. People like the movie I Am Legend, the movie The Road. Okay, all these movies they making and really just telling you people what's going to come. Because they condition your mind to believe, oh, that's only in the movies. That'll never happen. Until it happened. And then your ass is bugged out in your mind. I never thought this could happen. Oh, what do I do? Bah, you get shot. Instead of being prepared. You see, and the only way you're going to be prepared is if you come back to the Heavenly Father whose name is Yahweh, man. And his only begotten Son's name is Yahweh Shai. Those are the true powers. And there is no salvation in no other names, man. You can call on sweet Jesus Christ. That's not his name, man. He had a Hebrew name. Because he is a Hebrew. And his name is Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
You were mentioning about how the chick think it's a funny movie or entertainment about the post-apocalyptic. You even got Jake making mockery or scoffing at the nuclear, what was it, the nuclear alert?
Readiness. Yeah,
it's a joke. Oh, let me record this nigga. Let me get him. See how hey, let's see when that day comes when it's not a joke. You know?
He was in the right spirit.
Yeah, he was, shit, we need
he
to
was
go
ready
seek.
to go.
We need to go seek. Well, it's time to seek the Lord right now.
Right.
Before it's too late. Shit.
Real quick, Isaiah 55 and 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near.
Yeah. And that's an indication that the Lord, there's going to be a time where he can't be found. Mm-hmm. It says, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Right now, the prophets are still being sent out here through the spirit and power of the Lord, man. He's still sending them out here to warn his people because the Lord has compassion on us, man. But there's also going to come the time when the Lord is going to draw the line. And he's going to say, all right, that's it. Y'all had your chance to get right with me. You were warned. Okay? But what? No more. No more mercy. Because right now we're under what? We're under a grace period. And that the Lord's grace, just like when you got a grace period to pay your bill, it ain't forever. Eventually you got to pay that bill. Well, that time is getting ready to come, man. And those of you that made something of yourselves during the grace period, coming back to the Lord, hey, there's a good chance you could be delivered, man. That's where our hope lies in. But the wicked, they're going to be destroyed. There is no hope for them. Their hope is death. That's the hope of the wicked on the earth, man. The wicked of our people. Their hope is that they can die quickly. Because, hey, the scriptures say, the same shall know it by death, by pain. You're going to know of the Lord's mercies by your death. Go ahead.
And when people shall stand and fight against another.
And this is what we see happening. One people shall stand and fight against another. These are riots. And there is another civil war coming into America, man. People are going to uproar, are going to have us, which we're going to get into. People are going to rebel against the government, man. People are going to be killing each other. That's why do you think there's such a great divide between Republicans and Democrats, man? Because the Lord is moving on the earth to cause the divisions. What's that? Luke chapter 12, verse 49. The Lord Yahushua himself said that I come not to bring peace, but division. Everybody thinks that so-called Jesus Christ is coming back to bring peace on earth. He's coming to bring division and the sword first. Because he's got to break this whole system down. He's got to destroy the wicked. And that's what he's coming down to do with his angels and his servants, man. Okay? Go ahead.
Right. It says, and swords in their hands.
And swords in their hands. And what's the modern day sword? What's the modern way for people to kill each other now? With guns. Go ahead.
Verse 16.
And you see the government trying to take your guns. Go ahead.
Verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men.
There shall be sedition amongst men. What's sedition mean? An uprising against a rulership, man.
Right.
Sedition amongst men. This is what's getting ready to happen. This is what we see happening, man. Go ahead. You see it happening in these other nations. And see, a lot of people didn't think that was ever going to come here to America, but now we see it happening. And it's still on a little level. But the things that you see happening in these other countries like Sri Lanka, is coming here to the shores of America. And if you don't get right with the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, hey, you're going to be out here with the wind. Okay, go ahead.
For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another.
Yep. People coming up into your homes. Okay. People just straight. There's going to be a whole lot of massacre here on the streets of America. This is the wickedest place on the whole planet Earth. A man can become a woman. A man can bear a child. What kind of madness is happening here, man?
Yeah, they teaching kids in kindergarten that don't even know how to wipe their ass. They teaching them what gender do you want to be today? How do you want to identify today? If that's not wickedness, then what is? What's the limit to wickedness? Where does it begin?
The scriptures say that the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom, man. The Lord is seeing this place. And Revelation 18 says what? The sins have reached unto the heavens, man. The wickedness of this place has reached unto the heavens. The Lord is an ill savor unto the Lord. What's being done here in America, man? Go ahead.
They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna care what their governors are saying. You guys, there's a curfew because there's too much chaos happening. Too many people are rioting, running the streets, burning down buildings. Ain't nobody gonna care what the governor or the president got to say. People already don't care what damn creepy Joe Biden got to say. You think in a time of trouble when he's trying to tell you to go get inside, that people are really gonna listen? Hell no. And you already seen it happen. People out. Remember that was that last time we were on channel side. The guy said y'all can't be out here. We had to have masks and we had to be separated.
But they didn't have no masks or were separated.
Right. Go ahead.
Right. Verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Man, that's how bad it's going to be. And we talked about this earlier. America ain't got checkpoints like that like these other nations. But very soon you are. Border to border, state to state, state to state, city to city. Yep. You're going to have little checkpoints. Hey, whoa, stop the car. We need to see some identification.
Like in Mexico, yeah, like in Mexico, have damn troops out there. Already as Florida, what you call it, you can have border control literally around this whole, the whole state.
Florida's through. Florida's a peninsula. Yeah. All you got to do is just cap off the top and you're done. You ain't got nothing but water surrounding you. Okay, go ahead.
Right. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. We had a taste of that a couple of years ago when the such and such popped off. You couldn't leave the city. You couldn't. They were questioning everything he was doing. Verse 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
There it goes again. Because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the people shall be afraid. You proud to be an American, you proud as hell. They got Pride Month that just passed for the bundles of sticks. All the proud is going to be brought low, man. All the proud are going to be destroyed.
Read that again.
Verse 18, 2 Ezra 15, verse 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
Men are going to be afraid, man. You ain't going to be able to, if you don't have the Spirit of the Lord on you, how are you going to, you're not going to know how to defend your family, man. How to feed your family. You're going to have to go out here and start killing people.
Right to a trap.
Yep, and get killed, man. That's going to be the end of a lot of men here in America. Those that aren't sent to the Middle East for World War III. Go ahead.
Verse 18, or verse 19 rather.
And then the next brother, go ahead.
A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor.
A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Go ahead, let's see why you ain't going to have no pity upon your neighbor.
But shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation.
So men are going to have no pity upon you because of the lack of bread and the great tribulation. So when there's all out chaos out here in the streets, you already see and hear about talks of shortages, food shortages coming, which there are already some type of level of shortages happening now, but it's going to get a whole lot worse. And like the apostles have been saying for years, when people have nothing left to lose, they lose it. And your neighbor's going to be coming in your house. If he got to, he'll kill you, take their food, and leave. Maybe even burn it down.
And that's why when you mentioned earlier that Esau's been making all these men effeminate, these niggas ain't gonna know what to do. They're gonna be, oh shit, sweetie, what do we do? Equal rights. No, they're gonna be all folding up and dying, man. You know? It's all times out here. And even the Most High gotta acknowledge that one. Go ahead,
Yep. Hey, pretty much we're just gonna switch gears. Pretty much going into, all right, seeking the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. All right, this is the time. All right, to seek Yahweh Shemel Shai with all thy strength, all thy mind. All right, because we're coming into the times where a lot of people, all right, on the planet Earth, they're going to be uncomfortable, man. All right, so we're in a time right now where you want to build up. That's the big. Somebody get that real quick. Isaiah 33 and 6. Get that real quick. Isaiah 33 and 6. All right, because we're coming into that time to where a lot of people are getting ready to be put in a situation to where they're going to make a decision. All right, and it's not going to be to their benefit. It's not going to be established with wisdom. It's not going to be established. It's not going to be established with wisdom. All right, it's not going to be established. All right, with Yahweh Shemel Shai being a priority, man. You see, with the Lord, even thinking about the Lord in the times we're coming to, a lot of people, hey man, their decision making, it's not going to be right, man. So right now, this is a time to seek the Heavenly Father. This is a time to build, all right, a relationship, establish that relationship with Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right, build up your spiritual 401k, your pension, if you will, man. Okay, because we're coming into the time where the men of the Lord are going to cash out, man. Okay, everything that they're put in is truth. 2 Ezra 9 and 7. The scriptures say they shall be delivered, okay, from the same perils by their work and by their faith, man. So you want to have work towards the Heavenly Father, and you want to have faith, a system of belief with the Heavenly Father, man. That's where you go into the word credulous. All right, the word credulous is where you get the word credit from, which is what? A belief system, man. So the Lord said, let not the incredulity of them trouble you, man. Because they don't have credit. They don't have a belief system with the Lord. All right, so let's go ahead and get that real quick.
Done this? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Isaiah 33 verse 6. Yep. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, and strength of salvation. Yep. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure.
Yeah, read that again.
Isaiah 33 verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time.
That's it. Wisdom and knowledge is what's going to keep a man of the Lord stable in the times that we're coming into, man. You see? Wisdom and knowledge is what's going to keep you stable. Somebody get that word stable real quick in etymology. Bubba Kashaf. Read that again, bro, Bubba Kashaf.
Isaiah 33 verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, the strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure.
Yeah, so wisdom and knowledge is what's going to keep us stable. strength of our salvation, man. Okay, and that takes faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. The strength of your, think about that, the strength of your salvation, how you gonna get out of here, okay? The strength is the fear of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. The fear of the Lord, man. So what that means, you don't need to worry about nothing else. Right. All you need to worry about is do I have a healthy fear towards the Heavenly Father, knowing that his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, knowing that he's going to individually deal with me in that day. See? So with that being said, the scripture said make a pattern of good works, man. Once again, you want to build, you want to be building, all right, and walking towards Yahweh with a pure heart, man. You see what I'm saying? A good conscience, knowing that I'm doing everything according to the scriptures, according to the Bible, to the best of my ability, off camera. Okay? Nobody's around. Mano y mano, you and the Lord, man. You see what I'm saying? And that's going to be the strength of your salvation, having that connection with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. That got to be a treasure to you. You have to treasure the fear of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. Okay? That's what's going to keep you stable in the times we're coming into. Get that word, bro? Yeah, real quick.
Yeah, I get it. All right. Stable, all right, which is the root word in stability. Stable.
Yeah, and what is it, a noun?
Noun.
Noun, all right, done. Yep.
It says building or enclosure where horses or cows are kept.
Hey, enclosure. Enclosure, what's that, Psalms 91? The secret place of the Lord? All right? When you're going to the word holy, right? When you're going to the word holy in the etymology, we was listening to it on the brothers out there in Memphis was going into the words, right? You go into the word holy in the etymology, right? It says divine, okay? Sacred, man. So we have a divine sacred place on the planet Earth in the eyes of men. That divine sacred place on the planet Earth is the scriptures, man. The wisdom and the knowledge of the scriptures, bro. In the face of people, bro. You see? In the face of carnal men, we are dwelling in a secret place, a sacred haven, man. And that's the stability, all right, we're going to need in these last days. Okay? You got something you want to get real quick? All right. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, I'll run it back. You said you got the adjective, right? Okay.
It says building or enclosure where horses or cows are kept. Building for domestic animals. All right.
Hey, like I said, we're talking about a stable. That's supposed to be what we're going into is the mind. You know, so when you have an enclosure, your mind's enclosed. We're talking about when you have a more sure word of prophecy, and you can safe against attack. You know, when you have things in the world, people telling you this and that. You know, talking about the infidelity of them, don't trouble you because you're enclosed. You know, you have a closed mind about things. So you can't be attacked and infiltrated because your mind's fortified. We talk about gird up there for the loins of your mind, you know. So again, going into the things that we see in the world, it says we walk by faith, not by sight. Right. We move according to the stability, again, going to the wisdom. You know, that's what told us.
Yep. Hey, that's beautiful, man, because that goes into Revelation, the 14th chapter too, man. Dealing with the woman that these were not defiled. So going back to what the brother said, we're impenetrable when it comes down to the mind and the belief system of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay, we're not defiled with any doctrines, man. We're not going to sway to the left or to the right. Why? Because the scriptures say in the book of Romans, the 14th chapter, we are not of them that draw back, man. You see? Cast out faith, have it to thyself. Okay?
Like the stable, you know how they say put the cows in the stable for protection. And we being a sheep of the Lord, all right? The Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Yahweh has built us a stable, all right, an enclosure like the brother's going to, which is his wisdom. That's the stable that Yahweh has built for the cattle, for the sheep. This wisdom, man. All right, he has built that for us, okay? It says, also apply it to cow sheds and pigsties from Latin stall, fold, all right, literally a standing place, all right? Suffix from root, to stand, make, or be firm.
Hey, that's it, firm. Somebody get Sirach 24 and 34 real quick. A quick precept to go with that. The water. Get that real quick, brother.
Sirach 24, verse 34, and it reads, behold, that, 24 and 34, right?
24, my bad.
24 and 24. Sirach 24 and 24.
Because it said first, right?
Yep.
Go ahead.
It says, faint not to be strong in the Lord, that he may confirm you.
Yeah, read that again.
Sirach 24 and 24. Faint not to be strong in the Lord, that he may confirm you.
Yes, so that he may confirm you. Con went firm. See? So he can withhold you, man. He can hold you up.
Right.
All right, so don't faint. The scriptures say, hey, all throughout the scriptures, fear not, neither be dismayed, O Israel. For lo, I will save thee afar. All right? And thy seed from the land that I have driven them, roughly paraphrasing, man. So the Lord is going to withhold you. He's going to stand you up, man. You see? He's going to make you firm. And what's doing that? There's wisdom and there's knowledge and there's understanding, man. That's what's keeping us stable. That's why we're able to come out here week in and week out. That's why we're able to fight the good fight of faith. Okay, why? Because we're stable by this wisdom, man. Okay, we have a strong, rock solid foundation of belief with Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Going into the parable, Yahushai said, he will liken you unto one that have built his house upon a rock.
Right.
You see, that when the winds blow, okay, and the elements, what, we in the rain right now, man, that should turn you up, man. You see? It should prove that you firm. All right? Because a lot of people don't come out here because of the conditions, man. A lot of people can't stand. Why? Because they're not built upon that rock solid foundation. They're not firm. Their belief system has holes in it, man. You see? Go ahead.
Faint not to be strong in the Lord, that he may confirm you. Cleave unto him, for the Lord Almighty is God alone, and beside him there's no other Savior.
Yeah, come on. The scripture say, cleave unto him. All right, so go back to Isaiah 55, bro.
This is the book Isaiah, chapter 55, verse 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found.
Yeah, seek, cleave. Seek Yahweh Bashim Yahushai while he may be found. This is a time, this is how you know Yahweh Bashim Yahushai can be found, because he still got his hands stretched out, man.
Right.
Somebody get that in Proverbs 1. All right, and we're on the 24th verse. Okay, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Go ahead, up.
Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near.
Yeah, what's that in Romans? It says, how shall they call upon him and whom they have not heard?
Right.
How can you believe on somebody on whom you don't know, man? Okay, so once again, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is showing you the extension of his hand by the prophets out here, man. Why? So you can cleave, you can seek him, you can build up that firmness of belief, so you can be stable. He can withhold you in the times we're coming into, man. Because nothing carnal is going to get you salvation. All right? Nothing of your might and of your power, nothing that is physical, all right, okay, can get you out of what's coming on the planet Earth. The scriptures say a day that has not been seen before. It's non-comparable, man. Nothing in history you can... Hey, the scriptures say the Lord thundered from heaven, man. All right, who shall not be afraid, man? All right, thou shalt be visited with thunder, tempest. All right, when they thunder in the tempest, man, hey, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai shaking shit up.
Right.
All right, go ahead.
It says, no, you got that problem.
Okay, yeah, Bubba, get that, yep. Water.
Chapter 1, verse 20. Proverbs 1 and 20 says, wisdom cried without. She uttered her voice in the street.
Utter her voice in the streets. That's seeking Yahweh Bashim Yahushai while he may be found, man. All right. And we did that. I feel we got a personal testimony, because we seen the elders and apostles. All right, we seen the elders and apostles, man. Okay. And then what did you brothers do? When you go into that etymology of the word seek, it says to pursue. All right. We pursue wisdom, knowledge, and understanding with our life, man. All right. Go ahead, up.
Proverbs 1 and 21 says, she cried, and the chief place of concourse and the openings of the gates. In the city she uttered her voice, saying, how long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
And fools hate knowledge, man. Okay? 2/3 of our people, they hate knowledge, man. All right?
Proverbs 1 and 24, Slide 23, it says, turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you.
Yeah, how does the Lord make his words known? By sending the prophets, man. All right? Because the scripture said in Amos 3, he revealed his secrets unto the servants, the prophets. So you got to go to the prophets, the seers. In old time, what's that, 1 Samuel 9 and 9? Before we were called prophets, we were called seers. Why? Because we are visionaries, man. We can see the end. All right? We can interpret, all right, the mysteries of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Go ahead.
I got a quick one. The brother Samak brought it out earlier. Hebrews chapter 1, verse 1.
Right. Okay.
The Most High, who at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets.
Yeah, hey, read that again, huh?
Hebrews chapter 1, verse 1. The Most High, who at sundry times and in diverse manners.
Yeah, diverse manners, different ways, man.
God.
Okay, whether it's the video, whether it's some actual brother, you come across a brother, man. All right, diverse manners. You heard about this word. You heard about the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You heard about that wisdom crying out to you, man, saying how long you simple ones will you love simplicity, man. Go ahead.
Spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets.
By the prophets, man. You see? Go ahead, up.
Proverbs 1 and 23, turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I'll make my words, make known my words unto you. Verse 24, because I have called and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded.
That's it. So the Lord stretching out his hand and no man regarded. It's only the Akim up here, man. See? Nobody's out here, man. Okay? This is the extension of the Lord stretching out his hand so you can be found, man. All right? You can be found of him, man. Going back to Isaiah 55 and 6. But see, the men of the Lord, they took hold of that hand, man. All right? We cleaving unto that hand of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. See? And that's by the way of taking hold on these prophecies, man. All right? That's by the way of running into the strong tower, which is the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. All right? Yahushai said it best. I tell you, one to be feared. Okay? One that has control over the body and the spirit, man. That's what we fear. We're not afraid, man. See, once you start building up with that wisdom, once you become firm in this faith, once you get seasoned in the truth, which we're becoming the longer we stand to this thing, man, you start to understand that Yahweh Shem Yahushai, all right, is with you, man. And you start to understand that, man. And so what is there to be afraid of when the power of the universe is vouching for you? He's fighting for you, man. He's believing in you, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushai got faith in you, man. The scriptures say the Most High is faithful. All right? Go ahead, on. Go ahead. There's a little bit on there. Get more. Yep. All right, go ahead.
Proverbs 1 and 25. Yep. But ye have sought at not all my counsel.
Hey, Jake, so they not the counsel of the Lord, man. This is foolish. The scriptures say about the foolishness of preaching to save those that believe, man. We out here looking like fools, man. But guess what? In the eyes of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, all right, this is a righteous sacrifice, man. This is a sweet Savior that's going up in the heavens. The Heavenly Father is proud of you brothers, man. But standing stiffly for his name out here, man. Okay? Thundering, lightning, man. Cold, heat, all right? So what? You understand? Hey, sick brothers got 24 hours, 7 days a week illnesses, man. But they out here, man. Brothers in all type of pain, man. Afflictions. But guess what? The Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, got his hand stretched out and them brothers still cleaving on it, man. All right? Go ahead, Art. But Jakes, and 2/3 said that not the counsel of the Lord. Go ahead.
Proverbs 1 and 25. But yet said it not all my counsel, and was none of my reproof. Verse 26. I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear comes.
Woo! So the Lord get ready to laugh and mock when you afraid, man. When you people out here afraid, okay? Because you don't know what your next move to do, because you ain't got stability in these times. All right? Because we're coming into the scripture in the last days, perilous times shall come. The love of many shall wax cold. All right? Friends shall fight against each other like enemies, man. Houses getting ready to be ravished. All right? Women getting ready to be taken. Okay? When you are kind, when you are afraid, when you are in fear, the Most High, the Heavenly Father, sitting upon the throne, is getting ready to mock and laugh at you, man. You getting ready to be scoffed at. You getting ready to be scorned at, man. You getting ready to be made a fool in the eyes of everybody, man. In the presence of the Holy Lamb. All right? Because you said it not all the counsel of the Lord. Go ahead.
Fine, this is Mark. This is an example, all right, of the winds and the destruction coming upon this place.
That's right, man.
Okay, and the brother's going into the stability, man.
That's right.
All right, like the brother said, you gonna be afraid when the wind begin to blow, and the wind is all this destruction, man.
Right.
Okay, that's getting ready to come. All right, all the trouble that's getting ready to come. That's symbolic to the wind. So this is Mark.
All right.
Come on, real quick, Mark. 4 and 36. And when they had sent away the multitude, they took him even as he was in the ship, and there were also with him other little ships. And there arose a great storm of wind. Oh shit. Oh, that's Satan.
It's all right. Hey, it's all right.
Yeah,
That's all right. Hey, with that, hey, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Akakodash.
All right, if the water Yahweh Hashem Shai for giving us the spirit of truth, double honors to our apostles, that was a great millstone. Peace, love, insight, taste, and 21 Akim. Shalom to the elect.
Shalom. He closed it up.
Hey, you saw that shit,
Yeah.